Hello everybody, welcome back. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I hope this video finds you all well. Today's video, I'm going to be forecasting paycheck number 1 for January. I am dealing with a cold right now. I'm waiting for my COVID test to come back. So my voice might be a little bit raspy, a little more sniffly than you guys are used to. I am going to try to make it through this video and hold on to my voice. Hopefully you guys can understand me okay. This is my budget planner. I'm going to go ahead and flip you guys to the calendar view because this is where I start forecasting. This is where I determine what money is coming in and what bills that paycheck has to pay, and then we move into our variable expenses, all of that fun stuff. We are paid every other week. We do a paycheck by paycheck, zero-based cashless budget. This paycheck right here on December 31st, this little $ sticker, that is actually considered paycheck number 3 for December. This is the paycheck that I'm still working through closing out before I can completely close out 2021 for us. December was a magic month. But this paycheck actually covers a lot of January 2022. So it's going to cover until January 13th, all of these bills. And then our first paycheck, the one we're forecasting today, is going to be deposited on January 14th. And it's going to be covering bills from the 14th until the 20th. So I have an index card right here. This is how I keep track of all of my bills. As you can see, there's little crossed out. We refinanced our house, so we have a new mortgage payment. Our cell phone, we changed companies, so the actual due date changed to the 21st, so I just drew a little arrow. This is just on an index card. This has been revamped many, many times. Lots of things have changed throughout the year. But this is really the only way that I can remember all of the bills that we have due, to be able to put them in a more visible way. I'm a very visual person, so this to me makes it more obvious as to what paycheck is covering what bills when I lay it out like this. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to switch you guys over to my paycheck budget sheets, and we're going to start forecasting our money. But this is where I always start at the beginning of the month, is setting up my monthly view. All right, here we are at the paycheck budget sheet. A lot of the sheets I created myself when we were starting our budgeting system. I kind of Frankensteined a system that worked best for us. All of the sheets that I created, I did make available on my Etsy shop. So if you feel like the sheets would be helpful for you, then go ahead, check it out, see if you like the look of them. We are, like I said, paycheck by paycheck budgeters. So I put at the top what paycheck this is for. It's paycheck number 1, and it's going to be covering from January 14th until January 27th. We have income number 1. That is expected to be deposited on the 13th, and I predict that to be $2,870. Then we have income number 2 that should be deposited on the 14th, and I usually predict that to be $1,170. We are not expecting any rollover or any extra, because if we will be zeroing out everything from December, either putting that money towards debt or investing or sinking funds, just wherever we find that we want to assign that money a job. And so we're starting with our new income for January. So we'll add that together, $2,870 plus $1,170. And that is $4,040 that we will be working with. Next, I'm going to go ahead and use the bill stickers that we started with on our calendar, put these into the fixed expenses section. Okay, so I've gone ahead and filled out all of the fixed expenses that we expect this paycheck to cover. These all add up to $889.56. I did also want to let you guys know that we may be getting a raise on income number 2 of about $200. During my goals video that I posted last week, I did let you guys know that our plan for that money is to put it into our kids' brokerage accounts or their UTMA accounts. I didn't put that here, and I did not put that raise money as our expected income for income number 2. I want to wait and see if that is truly going to happen. If it does, then we'll see that reflected in the actual amount, and then I will go ahead and add in the fixed expenses section the UTMA contribution. Now what we'll do is move over to variable expenses. For us, groceries, we budget $325. And then for family and fun, I budget $100. Household and pets, we have a bearded dragon, 3 different fish tanks, and we just got a puppy in November, and then we also have an older dog. We had another older dog, but we unfortunately lost her in 2021. There were a lot of expenses, obviously vet bills, and then buying a new puppy, all of those things. So that significantly impacted our finances. We do have sinking funds for pet costs as well, which that helped us with the vet bills and also with buying a new puppy. And then we will be taking the puppy in for his first visit. I think it's in next week or the week after that. But he still needs to be neutered. He'll need vaccines, all that good stuff. So I'm going to be talking with the vet about how much that cost is estimated to be, especially the surgery, so I can start saving ahead of time in our pet sinking fund and as quickly as possible. But our household and pets variable expense, I bumped that up. It used to be, I started out at 100 and then we bumped it up to 125, and now I'm finding that we were still running short, so I bumped it up again to 150. Gas, this is another one that's constantly in flux. We currently have it at $200. My husband and I each get $80. And then we have this miscellaneous category that covers our kids' allowance, treats at the store, any random things that come up that wouldn't be really covered by these other categories. Unbudgeted, we of course always budget 0 for that. And so variable expenses, these all add up to $1,010. Next is this sinking fund section, and I have a transaction log. When I come back to do my weekly check-ins on this paycheck, you guys will see how I incorporate my transaction log to check in on how we are doing on our bills and how we are doing on our variable expenses. But I also include sinking fund contributions and purchases on my paycheck budget sheet, and that is tracked on my transaction log, and there's color codes for each category of spending, whether it's bills, variable expenses, or sinking fund purchase, all of that. But right here, since this is paycheck 1, that will be covering week 1 and week 2 check-ins is how I keep track of that. Next, down here at the bottom, this is where I keep track of our debt. I don't have this filled out yet. I can plug in the interest. So our HELOC, this in parentheses stands for student loan. We do a velocity banking strategy to pay off our last bit of debt. It's really intended to help us save money on interest. And the HELOC, it has a variable interest rate. This HELOC house, during my goals video last week, I also mentioned that I wanted to start kicking that velocity banking strategy into paying off our mortgage. That is predicted to occur in August of this year, so I just have that slot set out here, and that again will be through the HELOC, so the interest is variable. We no longer have devices, but we are actually during my yearly budget forecast I did last week, I talked to you guys that we were considering getting solar panels. I crunched the numbers and compared the rates, and it is actually going to save us money, not just now, but moving forward, because of the percent increase in our electrical bill is going to be a lot more than what we are going to be financing the solar panels for. So this will now be solar panels. Devices, these were cell phones, my kids' smartwatches, those are all paid off. The solar panels, the interest rate I think is like 1.9%, so it's a very low interest rate. I'm not going to really be focusing a lot on paying this debt off because that's going to consume our electrical bill. So what we were paying for our electrical bill is now going to become our solar panel minimum monthly payment. I am going to pay a little bit extra, but that's the plan. That hasn't started yet, so I'm not going to really fill out too much more here. The student loan, the minimum monthly payment that I have set is $500 a month. We haven't started this yet, haven't started that yet. The beginning balance, I can't put that in yet. I'm going to be closing out my third paycheck from December next week. That's going to be off camera, but I will be doing a quarterly debt and net worth assessment video. That's an update. I will be posting that next week because I will have those numbers once I close out that last December paycheck. And then I can update our beginning balance because that paycheck, whatever money's left over, is going to be thrown at debt. All right, so I'm going to leave that there. Now what we will do is calculate this equation. This is the cash flow equation, and since this is paycheck number 1, what we do is we roll everything from paycheck 1 into paycheck number 2. I'm so sorry about my voice, you guys. It's so raspy. All right, so we're going to take our income, which is predicted to be $40.40, minus our fixed expenses, $889.56, minus our expected variable expenses, which is $10.10. So we are expecting to roll over $2,140.44 to help us finish covering the rest of our expenses for the month of January. All right, that is this paycheck forecasted. This will be my only video this week, you guys. Again, like I said, I'm just not feeling very well, and I don't know that my voice would hold out much, and I don't want to subject you guys much more to my Groucho voice that I got going on here. But so yeah, that's going to be my only video for this week, but I hope to be back to posting my usual schedule, which is 2 videos a week. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Bye!